Hello everyone. Welcome to my tutorial about Logic Pro 10. I'm going to show you how to turbo boost Logic Pro 10 to get the best performance out of it. We're going to optimize a few settings so you don't run into some problems that might have been overlooked when you first got started. A few little things you need to just check, and that way you won't lose that creativity, you won't lose that inspiration. It might not have been taught like this before. It takes different teachers to reach different people in a special kind of a way. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go over to where it says File. I'm going to go where it says Track, and I'm going to click on Track. I'm going to see where it says New Tracks. I'm going to scroll over here to where it says Audio. Now, audio, I'm dealing only with the microphone. I will click Create. It made a audio track right here where it says Audio 1. Now, I had previously made a track. I'm going to click on that one and delete that. I'm going to go over to here where I see Audio 1. I'll click on it. I'll call it Vocals. I'll hyphen it and say O1 just in case I did a lot of them. Okay, and then I hit Enter. Now you can hear me pretty well because I have the aura checked as if I'm recording. Okay? Now, a few things in the settings you can do. You can scroll up to here to where it says Logic Pro. You can go to where it says Preferences and you slide over to Audio. Because you might have done those few things and you don't have any sound. So now you have to make sure that your software recognizes the audio interface you are using. The audio interface that I'm using is Universal Audio Thunderbolt. It says input, output, okay? It recognizes it in my input and my output, and the check mark here is enabled. Now, dealing with this buffer size. Now, you have on a headset, your track is cranking as you're hitting play, and you're getting ready to lay down some vocals. Now, when you start singing, it may be 2 or 3 seconds behind, and the reason for that is your computer is having a hard time or struggling processing. So therefore, you have to change the buffer size from either 512, 256, 1024, depending on the age of your computer and just how it processes it. I'll click out of that. Now, let's deal with the instrument part of it. I'll click on Track. I'll click on New Track. Now I'll go over here to where it says Software Instruments. Create Track. Now, now that it created a software instrument track, okay, the software sounds are what are installed when you install Logic Pro. Now, you see these circles here with the down arrow. That means that these sounds are not installed, and you can install them if you have the room on your computer. Here, let's go to here. See this box here? Double click that. You see your sounds here, guitar, whatever it is, piano. If I click on piano, I'll see the grand piano is installed. I'll double click that. Now the grand piano shows up right here. That means that the settings for that piano and the sounds are on this track if I had my keyboard hooked up. But this time I'm just showing you your way around. That'll be in another video. There's one other thing that you should do because of the keyboard you're using. You go up to Logic Pro. You go where it says Control Surfaces. You slide over and you'll check Bypass All Control Surfaces. Now, depending on the capabilities of your keyboard, or a controller, the software would have to learn what its capabilities are. If you don't want to go through all of that, you can just bypass that and use it just to trigger the notes that you're playing. Let's say if you're playing a G chord, and you hit it on the controller, it will trigger the G chord without any other settings that the keyboard can possibly do. If that makes any sense to you, okay, you would go with that. Now, going back to the vocals, you can go to where you might want to do this. You might want to hit X on the keyboard, and that will bring you right here to where your mixer is. Now you see these settings right here? You can click on these settings, and let's say I'm going to go to Dynamics. I'm going to go to Compressor. Now, my compressor comes up. Now, sometimes if you don't have a very good microphone, you may have very low volume. So you bring up this compressor here, and you can get a little bit more push. You don't bring these levels up. These levels right here should never really go past 0. If they do, it'll start peaking, it'll get distorted, and you'll have a really, really bad sound. This is where the compressor comes in. You bring in your compressor, you can crank it up a little bit. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. You can do the makeup gain or the threshold. Testing, testing. Okay? So therefore you dealt with that. And then you can click out of it. Okay? If you want, you can hit X again on the keyboard to get rid of that. Hit X again to bring it back. Or you can go to this line right here and just double click it. Okay? Now, I'm still highlighted here. I'm going to hit the R. And now I'm recording in that track. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Joking around a little bit. And then I hit stop or hit the space bar. If I want to bring this line all the way back to the beginning, I can hit return on the keyboard. If I want to check out a certain area where I might have made a mistake or I think I can enhance something, I can use this loop. I don't have to play the whole thing from beginning to end over and over. I can just loop this one section if I want to hear it. And this will help me do that. Grayed out means it's not activated. If I click it, it's activated. If I hit the space bar, Now if I just click out of it where it's not activated, it'll go all the way to the end. Joking around a little bit. And then I hit stop or hit the space bar. Now hit return again. If this is going too far over, I can use this and bring it in to get an idea of really where it stops at. If it's here, you might be fooling around. How can I grab that? How can I slide it over? You won't have to do that. Just pull it in from here. And this one controls this. All right? If you're like me and you wear glasses, you probably might do it like this. I'm just joking. But anyway, somewhere around in here is okay. And this is going to conclude this particular one. There's going to be a series of turbo boosting that's going to get into some very complex settings. And this right now is just to get you up and running. And if you found any value in this video, please subscribe. Let everybody know that's in the business. You can post my YouTube link on your page so everybody can look at it and subscribe and keep up to date with any other helpful videos that I have. I appreciate you for tuning in, and once again, thank you and God bless.